Good afternoon and welcome to the end of week market review for Friday, October 12th, 2012. Before we get started, we are going to ask that you pause this video and give the disclaimer a quick read. Once you're done, you can go ahead and press play. So as you can see from our agenda, we're going to be covering quite a few topics, from news to economy reports, and then looking at some charts on both the S&P 500 and the TSX. So we can see that today the markets did end up starting positive, but they ended up declining as we shifted our focus out to Europe again. And with the expectation of us using less oil in the months to come, we were able to see a decrease in oil as the demand has diminished. All in all, the Dow is up 0.02%, with the S&P down 0.30%. Oil is down below $92 per barrel again, with gold down to $1757.80 per ounce. We can see that amongst some of the economic reports that came out, the most beneficial one was from October 11th, where our jobless reports went from an expectation of 375,000 down to 339,000. That was able to help boost the markets just a little bit this week. With all that said though, if we look at the S&P 500, we can see that we are still looking for some support at 1425, with the MACD declining bearish, black line down below the blue line. Looking at the weekly chart, we're not that concerned yet. It looks like we certainly might be starting to fall down from a peak of 1500, but we know that we could end up dipping down quite a bit without any real concern of a loss of a weekly trend. If it starts to get down below 1400 or even well below 1300, then we need to be concerned. Looking at the TSX, it too is looking for some support around 12100. With its MACD declining bearish and with the black line down below the blue line, it is definitely starting to show a lot more weakness in the marketplace. And if we could remember, the TSX is not looking nearly as healthy as the S&P 500 is on its weekly chart. It has consistently been in a downtrend since the beginning of 2011. If we end up seeing this TSX continues to decline, we could expect that it'll go below its most recent cycle lows and continue to go even lower. We can see that the volatility indicator has managed to close up above 16, which is our first telltale sign that we need to be cautious with the markets and where they're at. This doesn't mean that we need to stop trading, it just means that we really need to be careful with our position sizes. This leads us into our 3 M's to trading success, which encompass the mental shift, the trading method, and the money that you obviously expose to the markets. By being able to manage these 3 things, you'll be able to become a much more successful trader. One of those ways that we can really help you right now is through our Advanced and Options video course. Currently, we're offering them at a promotion for $24.95 for both combined. Normally, you'd be paying $25.95 for each course by itself. Now, this promotion is only going on until the end of October, so if you have any interest in taking these courses, we would definitely recommend that you contact us. With that said, business is as per usual. If you go to our community news page, you're going to see all of the various events that we're going to be doing in the next couple of months. And finally, I'd like to remind you that we are going to be in Regina, November 19th to 24th. If you guys are in the area, we'd love it if you guys stop by our booth. So with that said, if anybody has any further questions, you can let us know by emailing us to training@idealtradinglifestyle.com or calling us toll free at 1-888-942-0266. Just make sure to dial extension number 5. So with that said, have a great rest of your week. Ciao for now.